Tenor Paul Groves and director Stephen Wadsworth first worked together on this production of Iphigenie en Tauride back in 2007. They are with us now. Stephen, Paul, hello.
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 Stephen, Gluck's opera represent a musical and theatrical turning point. They were a radical departure from the ornamented Baroque operas that came before. What is your approach to directing this piece?
Well, the reason the piece was so radical was that the music is so stripped down. It's so bare and simple and pure. And the combination of that purity with a kind of explosive, expressive passion that Gluck intended for the actors to use is really fantastic. And that, working on that with the actors is, I think, the most interesting thing for me. Finding the inner world of the character and those memories and the life inside their heads and hearts that make that expression, that intense expression possible, but all with this incredible classical restraint and purity of line.
Good, very good, thank you. Paul, what about for you? What's different about singing Gluck's music versus the repertoire we hear more often at the Met, 19th century rep, for example?
Well, Gluck really brings the passion of Mozart music and also the orchestrated recits into something that is very vocal and very florid and beautiful, easy to sing and beautiful to sing and listen to. So I really enjoy, I mean, all the years I did Mozart, I really enjoy sinking my teeth into Gluck with the recits, and it's much more dramatic and passionate.
Even if it's French?
I love French.
Especially because it's French.
Because it's French. Stephen, the acting is extremely important to you, I know. And how did you work together on Paul's character, for example?
Well, you could probably answer that better than I did. I always think of Paul, I've known him for many years, I think of him as sort of the perfect actor. He's a poet with his body, and he's always grounded and always emotionally available. So I always think that our work is just me saying, hey, what about this? And then he just does it. Mm-hmm. Or maybe he thinks something different.
Well, we worked
what is it to work with Stephen?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, we had never done an opera before. When I was in the Met Young Artist program here, he was our acting coach, which was wonderful. But in this, we worked in really detail because just like in Mozart operas, Gluck lines repeat, the words repeat and repeat. And we tried to bring something different and really meaningful to every time I repeated a sentence, or every sentence I repeated. So.
This opera has a backstory, the murder of Agamemnon by Clytemnestra and the near sacrifice of Iphigenie. How does that inform your approach to the acting and directing of the piece?
Well, this I talked about, you know, the memories of these characters, and for Orestes and Iphigenie, these are the most important traumatic memories are when her father killed her, and then the death for Orestes, the killing of his father by the mother, and then he killed her. So you have this whole series of murders, and we thought it would be really useful for the audience to experience two of those, the sacrifice of Iphigenie at the beginning in a dream of Iphigenie, and also the sacrifice of Agamemnon, the murder by his wife, Clytemnestra, their mother, in the dream of Orestes when the Furies are haunting him. It's that memory that haunts him. And so this way we connect with what makes them
and you had to discuss a lot with the actors before to put them in that kind of mood before the show, for example, or how?
Well, I think we talked. I mean, with Susan and Plácido, the children, they connected very easily to that, especially when they watched the actors playing Clytemnestra and Agamemnon perform these murders, because it's very realistic, it's very visceral and upsetting. So I think they were able to watch that work in the rehearsal, look over and see what was really happening. Yes, and so
imagine.
Exactly. That's what that is. You know, they know exactly what that looks like, so they see that. But it's more a question of how they experience it in their hearts. You know, how children in such a situation would feel, and how much guilt and how much remorse and how much anger and all these things that that live in them because of those murders.
Thank you. And Paul, you've sung your role a number of times. How has your interpretation evolved? How was it at the beginning? How do you feel now?
Well, I'm just a little more grown up. I'm a little more mature vocally and as a person. I'm a father now, so of course that's helped quite a bit of my interpretation.
Thank you very much, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Good.